All right, everybody, so if you were absent today, you missed a good lab, but what I want to do is I want to give you a demonstration of this just so that you can work on this at home. You don't have the materials and stuff like that, so unfortunately, you're going to have to use this as a stand-in. Normally, I wouldn't do this. I would have you just kind of skip over it, but there's 10 people who are absent today, so that's quite a few more than I'm used to. So I figured I would give this as a resource just in case you missed anything or if you were absent. So I have my materials, I have my wax paper right here, I have my 8 graham crackers, they're right there, I have some frosting, which I'm going to put right there, I have a popsicle stick, I have a sponge, and I am wearing gloves. So this should be nice and easy. So this is going to be for boundary number 1. I'm going to take my frosting, going to open it up a little bit. I am going to spread some of it onto my wax paper, just like this. So I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little. All right, just like that. So that it's nice and thick. Okay, and then I'm going to take 2 of my graham crackers. I'm going to place them long side, so that would be this side right here, onto long side, this side right here, next to each other, like this. And then I am going to slowly press down on them, and I'm going to slowly spread them apart. So I'm going to do this. And so it's a little tough to see because the brightness is a little high. So let's turn that down a little. But in the middle, I'm going to zoom in. In the middle, what you should have seen is that there was some frosting that kind of popped up in the middle there. So these 2 pieces moved apart from each other, and then there was some new stuff that popped up on the inside. So this is for boundary number 1. All right, for boundary number 2, I'm going to take these off, and I'm actually going to leave the 1. I'm just going to spread our frosting back out a little bit. So for boundary number 2, what we have, and let me read it. I believe brown. So boundary number 2 is where you have your 2 graham crackers. Or sorry, you have 1 graham cracker and you have a sponge. So I'm going to take this, spread it back out a little bit, and take my original graham cracker because it's still fine. Put it right here like this, and I'm going to take the sponge, put it right here like this. In this case, it's actually better if I zoom in this way. So I'm going to zoom in like that, move this over a little. Okay, I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to push them together, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to spread that one into there. We're going to see what happens. Push them together. Well, you see what's starting to happen? So this, the sponge, is starting to go up over top of that graham cracker. And if I push enough, you see that little bit of stuff that's starting to come up on the inside. You see that spot right there? Right there. There's some stuff coming up on the side and a little bit getting smushed and trapped in the middle. I wonder what that would turn into. So that is for boundary number 2. All right, boundary number 3. So I'm going to remove the sponge. I'm going to spread my frosting back out. For boundary number 3, we're going to have our 2 graham crackers. I'm actually going to use 2 fresh ones just because that'll make this go a little better. So for boundary number 3, I'm going to have this one and this one. I'm going to put them next to each other, again, long side to long side. I'm going to push this one this direction, and I'm going to push this one this direction. So we're going to go like this. So you can't really see it, although you can a little bit if you look right there. But I could definitely feel it. There was some grinding, there was some breaking and smashing apart of some of the stuff in between these 2 graham crackers here. So that's boundary number 3. So that was boundary number 3. That is what the movement of boundary number 3 looks like. All right, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to use the very last of my frosting. I'm going to spread it out nice and flat again, so just like this. All right, and I'm going to take for boundary number 4. Just like that. Let's spread it out just like that. And for boundary number 4, I'm going to need to go get my water, so I'll be back in a second. All right, so boundary number 4, I have my water. I'm going to take the small ends of 2 of these graham crackers. So this end and this end, I'm going to real quick. So 1, just like that, dip it in right there. And then 1, real quick, dip it in right there. Stick them end to end, short end to short end, so that they're touching. And then this one is a little bit better if we zoom in as well. So we'll zoom in right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take them, I'm just going to push them together. Watch what happens in the middle. So right there, you can't really see it from the top, but if we look at it from the side, that's our water. Let's take a look at it from the side. You see that? There we go, we're in focus now. Look at what happened. So this is boundary number 4. So those are your 4 different interactions. Those are your 4 different boundary types for that assignment that we did in class today. This is the lab. This was just a real quick simulation of what everybody did in class today. Unfortunately, if you were absent, you didn't get the chance to do this one yourself, but you get the idea and you get the chance to look at it as I kind of gave it to you. So if you were absent, if you need a little bit of extra help with everything, use this video.